Who's this? What's the matter with you? Come on, for Christ's sakes. Hello? Give me Sandy. Sandy? Is this Sandy? This is Mr. Clark. Yeah. My television's dead. My television. No. Not Willie to you, Mr. Clark. It's not funny, wise guy. I'm not laughing. Come up and fix the television. It's a crappy television. You live in a crappy hotel, you get a crappy television. No, I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch anything. The what? The plug? No, it's not the plug. Never mind, I'll fix it myself. Tells me it's the plug. He calls me Mr. Clark. Hey, I'll tell him it's the plug. Keep banging. I'm not turning it off. I'm lucky it works. Who's that?
Willie, it's me, Ben.
Ben, is that you?
Yes, Uncle Willie, open up.
Huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Anything wrong?
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
It's locked. Go downstairs, tell him the latch is locked. Go downstairs, keep the boy Sandy. Tell him Mr. Clark is locked in.
What is it, the latch?
Go downstairs, get the boy, they'll send somebody up. It's the latch.
That happened last week. Don't try to force it, just slide it out.
There, I fixed it.
You probably have to oil it.
The hell with it. I'm not oiling anything.
You feeling all right?
It's Wednesday.
Certainly it's Wednesday. Don't I always come on Wednesday?
I know, but it's Wednesday today.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. So, haven't you been out?
When?
Today, yesterday, all week. Haven't you been out all week?
Sunday. I went out Sunday. I was in the park Sunday.
What are you looking for?
My variety.
Just gave it to you. It's under your arm.
Why'd you put it there? Put it under my arm.
Have you been eating properly? No corned beef sandwiches, I hope.
Is this today's?
Certainly it's today's. Variety comes out on Wednesday, and today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Don't get so excited. I'm just asking. Because I already read last week's.
I got 6 different kinds of soups. All low sodium, salt free, all very good for you. Are you listening?
I heard. You got me 6 lots of tasting soups. Did you see this?
What?
This, what I'm looking at.
How do I know what you're looking at?
2 musicals went into versions today. How come I didn't get an audition?
Because there were no parts for you. One of them's a young rock musical, and the other show is all black.
Why, do you think I can't do black? I did black in 1928. When I did black, you understood the words, not like today.
I'm sorry, you're not the kind of black they're looking for. Jeez, it's freezing in here. You know it's freezing in here. Don't they ever send up any heat?
What do you know? Saltburn died.
Who?
Saltburn, the lousy songwriter. Would have been 89 years old, one like that for nothing.
Now, why don't you put on a sweater?
You know what kind of songs he wrote? Oh, he was a terrible person. Mean. Even his best friends didn't like him. Rest in peace, but he was mean.
Now, why is it so cold in here?
You know what kind of songs he wrote? The worst songs ever written were written by Saltburn. Lady, lady, be my baby. Never heard anything so rotten. Lady, he rhymes with baby. No wonder he's dead.
You know, this door is ice cold. Look, Uncle Willie, you can't live here anymore. You gotta let me find you another place. I've been asking you for 7 years now. You're gonna get sick.
Tom Jones is gonna get $100,000 a week to play Vegas. Well, now Lewis and I headline the Palace. The Palace didn't cost $10,000.
That was 40 years ago. And 40 years ago, this hotel was 20 years old. You should tear it down. They take advantage of all you people in here because they know you don't want to move.
No cigars.
You're not supposed to have cigars.
Where's the cigars?
You know the doctor said you're not supposed to smoke cigars. I didn't bring any.
Give me the cigars.
What cigars? I just said there's no cigars. Will you forget the cigars?
Are they in the bag?
On the bottom. It's the last time I'm doing it. I only brought 3.
Good. How's the family? Children all right?
Suddenly you're interested in my family? It's not gonna work, Uncle Willie. I'm not getting you any more cigars.
I'm just asking how the children are.
The children are fine. They're wonderful. Thank you.
Good. Next time, bring me the big cigars.
You don't know their names. What are the names of my children?
Millie and Sidney.
Amanda and Michael.
What's the matter? You don't like Millie and Sidney?
I was never gonna name them Millie and Sydney. You forgot, so you made something up. You forget everything. I bet you didn't drink the milk from last week. I bet it's still in the refrigerator.
They know who
There's
I
the
am.
milk from last week.
They know who I am.
Who?
Amanda and Sidney.
Amanda and Michael. What, that you were a big star on vaudeville? They're 3 years old, Uncle Willie. They never saw a vaudeville. Hell, I never saw a vaudeville. You know, this refrigerator won't last another 2 days.
They know I was 6 times on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Uncle Willie, they're 3 years old. They don't know who Ed Sullivan is. They never follow show business. What are you doing? You're not gonna smoke that now. You promised me you'd only smoke one after dinner.
Am I smoking it? Do you see smoke coming out of this cigar?
But you got it in your hand.
I'm rehearsing. After dinner, I'll do the show.
I'm in the most aggravating business in the whole world, and I never get aggravated until I come here.
So don't tell me. I got Social Security.
You think that's funny? I don't think that's funny, Uncle Willie.
And a sense of humor you would think was
I have a terrific sense of humor.
55. You laughed once in 1934.
Oh, I can't talk to you.
You think you know what's funny today? You tell me who you think is funny. I'll show you where they're not.
Look, let's not get into that. Now I gotta get back to the office. Just promise me you'll eat a good lunch today.
If I want to tell a joke, they get a laugh from you, I throw it out.
How can I laugh when I see you like this, Uncle Willie? I mean, you sit around all day in your pajamas in a freezing apartment, watching soap operas on a $35 television set that doesn't even get horizontal hold. Picture just keeps rolling from top to bottom. Pretty soon your eyes are gonna roll around your head. You never eat anything. You never go out because you don't know how to work the lock on the door. Remember when you locked yourself in the bathroom overnight? It's a good thing you keep bread in there, otherwise you would have starved. And you wonder why I worried.
Calvin Coolidge, that's your type of humor.
And if you're waiting for a laugh, you're not gonna get one from me.
I should live that long. I don't need a laugh, I need a job.
You know, I've been trying. It's not easy. It's not much in town. I mean, most of the work is in commercials, and, well, you know, we've had a little problem in that area.
What, the potato chips? The potato chips wasn't my fault.
Forget the potato chips.
What about the chicken jacket? Didn't I this is funny for the chicken jacket?
You were very funny, but your hand was shaking, and they can't show a man shaving with a shaky hand.
What about Alka-Seltzer? That's my type of comedy. I got a terrific face for an upset stomach.
I submitted you 20 times.
What's wrong with 21?
Because the word is out in the business that you can't remember the lines, and they're simply not interested.
I can't remember the lines. I couldn't remember the lines? I don't remember that.
For the Frito-Lay's potato chips, I sent you over to the studio, you couldn't even remember the address.
Don't tell me. The lines, I remember beautifully. The name of the potato chip, I forgot. What is it again?
Frito-Lay's.
Say it again.
Frito-Lay's.
Still not funny. If the name's not funny, I can't remember it. Now, Alka-Seltzer, that's funny.
Oh.
You say Alka-Seltzer, you get a laugh. What's the name again? Say the name again.
Frito Lays.
Maybe in Mexico it's funny,
Oh.
but not here. 7 years in this business. You learn a few things. You learn what makes an audience laugh. You know which words are funny and which words are not funny.
You told me this 100 times, Uncle Willie. Words with a
Words
K in
with
it
a K
are funny.
not funny. If it doesn't have a K in it, it's not funny. I'm gonna tell you, you didn't know that, did you?
No.
I'll tell you which words are funny. Chicken.
Chicken,
Chicken is funny.
pickle,
Pickle is funny.
cupcake,
Cupcake is funny. Tomato's not funny. Roast beef, not funny.
but cookie is
Cookie's funny.
You told me this
You
since I was a
come
little
on,
boy.
Come.
Marquise, Cleveland.
Cleveland is funny. Maryland, not funny.
Look, Uncle Willie, I gotta get back to the office, but before I go, there's something I want to talk to you about first. I got a call yesterday from CBS.
Casey Stengel. That's a funny name. Robert Taylor's not funny.
Why don't you listen to me?
I heard. NBC called him.
CBS.
Whatever.
CBS is doing a big special next month. An hour-and-a-half variety show. They're gonna have some of the biggest stars in show business. Trying to get Flip Wilson to host the show.
He my wife. He gives me a laugh. With the giggles and the red wig and the dress. He's a funny what's his name again?
Flip Wilson, and it doesn't have a K.
But he's black with a K. Understand?
I do. Now, the theme of this variety
What's
show.
the theme of this show?
The theme of the show is the history of comedy, dating from the early Greek times through the days of vaudeville, right up to today's stars.
Why couldn't you get me on this show?
I got you on this show
Alone?
with Lewis.
You ain't got me on this show.
Let me finish.
You're finished. It's no.
Can't you let me finish before you just say no? Can we discuss it for a minute?
I'm busy.
Doing what?
Say no.
You can have the courtesy of hearing me out. I mean, they begged me over at CBS. Begged me!
Talk faster, because you're coming up to another no.
They said to me that the history of comedy would not be complete unless they included one of the greatest teams ever to come out of vaudeville. Lewis and Clark, the Sunshine Boys. The vice president of CBS told me this over the phone.
The vice president said this?
Yes, he's the greatest Lewis and Clark fan in all the country. He knows by heart every one of your old routines.
Good. Let him go out with that best.
It's one shot. Just the one time you would have to do it. One of the old sketches. They'll pay you $10,000. That's top money for these shows, I promise you. Now, $5,000 apiece, and that's more money that you've earned in 2 years.
I don't need money. I live alone. I got 2 nice suits. I am a pussycat. I'm very happy.
You're not happy, you're miserable.
I'm happy. I just look miserable.
You've been dying to go back to work. You call me 6 times a day at the office. I can't see over my desk for all your messages.
Call me back once in a while. You won't have so many messages.
I call you 6 times a week. I'm up here every Wednesday, rain or shine, winter or snow, flu or diphtheria.
What are you, a mailman? You're an agent. You're my brother's son. You've been very nice to me. I appreciate it. I don't ask you for anything, except the job. You're a good boy. You're a sneaky agent.
I'm a good agent. Damn you, Uncle Willie, don't you say that to me. I'm a goddamn good agent.
What's really about? Such a wonderful thing to be a good agent.
Oh, I'm getting chest pains. You give me chest pains, Uncle Willie.
It's my fault you get chest pains.
Yes, I only get chest pains on Wednesdays.
So come on, Kuzma.
I'm going. I'm not going to discuss this anymore. You're impossible to talk to. Forget the variety show.
I forgot it.
I'm not coming back here anymore. I'm not bringing you your cigars, or your variety, or your low-sodium soups. Do you understand me, Uncle Willie? I'm not bringing you anything anymore.
Good. Take care of yourself. Say hello to Millie and Sue.
Oh! I'm not asking you to be partners again. If you two don't get along, all right. But this is just one last show, one last thing. I mean, with exposure like that, Alka-Seltzer will come begging me to sign you up. Jesus, what's it gonna look like if I go back to the office and tell them I couldn't make a deal with my own uncle?
My opinion, lousy.
Do you really hate Al Lewis that much?
I don't discuss Al Lewis.
Well, we have to discuss it because CBS is waiting for an answer today, and if we turn him down, I want to have a pretty good reason why. I mean, it's been what, 10 years since you've seen him?
11 years.
You mean you haven't spoken to Al Lewis in 11 years?
I haven't seen him in 11 years. I haven't spoken to him in 12.
You mean you've seen him a whole year that you didn't speak to him?
Wasn't easy. I had to sneak around backstage a lot.
But you spoke to him on stage.
Not to him. If I was talking to a gypsy, I spoke to the gypsy. If I was playing a lunatic, I spoke to the lunatic. But that bastard, I never spoke.
I can't believe that.
You don't believe it? I got witnesses who saw me, not speaking to him.
Uncle Willie, it's been 11 years. Hasn't time changed anything for you?
Yes, I hate him 11 years more.
Why?
Why? You never met him, did you?
Well, sure I did. Oh, I was 15 years old. I met him at Madison Square Garden and once backstage at some television show. He seemed nice enough to me.
That's only 2 times. You have to meet him 3 times to hate him.
Can I make a suggestion, Uncle Willie? What did he do that was so bad?
The finger. He used to give me the finger.
The what?
The finger. He would say things like, listen to me, doctor. I'm telling you, doctor. Know what I mean, doctor? Hurts, doesn't it? How'd you like it for 43 years? I got a black and blue hole in my chest. My wife, to a dying day, thought it was a tattoo. I haven't seen him in 11 years. Just now starting to fade. The man had the sharpest finger in show business.
I promise you, if you work with him again, I'll buy you a thick padded undershirt.
You think I didn't think it? One night, I put a metal plate under my sink. The man had his finger in a splint from him.
Something must have happened that you're not telling me about. I mean, you don't work with a person for 43 years without some bond of affection remaining.
You want to hear other things? The man used to spit in my face.
Not on purpose.
I'm not on purpose, he says. He would stand there and spit in my face.
You mean he would just stand there and spit in your face?
What, you think he's stupid? He'd work it into the act. He would only say words with T's in them. Typing at the typewriter, Tootsie Rollers, toy. Some nights, I thought I would drown. I don't know where he got it, I swear. He must have drank all day, saving it up for the show.
I'll put it in his contract. If he spits at you, you won't get paid.
If Al Lewis had a chance to spit at me, he wouldn't want to get paid.
Then, will you answer me this one question? If it was all that bad, why did you stick together for 43 years?
Because he was terrific. There'll never be another one like him. No one could time a joke like he could time a joke. No one could say a line like he could say it. He knew what I was thinking. I knew what he was thinking. One person. That's what we were. No. Al Lewis was the best. The best. Understand?
I understand.
As an actor, no one could touch him. As a human being, no one wanted to touch him.
So what do I tell CBS? No deal because Al Lewis spits? When was the last time you guys saw each other?
11 years ago on the Ed Sullivan Show. July 27th. He could have put us on in the summer, the winter time when people were watching, but never mind. We did the doctor in the tax examination. You never saw that sketch, did you?
No, but I heard it was wonderful.
How about a classic? A classic. A dead man can watch that sketch and get a laugh. We must have done it, what, 8,000 times. Never missed. That night, they missed. He was, something was wrong. He was rushing his lines. His timing was off. I thought maybe he was sick. Don't get me wrong. We got plenty of applause. 5 times, that's all of us. Well, how about that? Never done. We go in the dressing room. He puts off his makeup, turns to me and says, Willie, if it's all the same to you, I'm retiring. I said, what are you talking about? It's early, it's 9 o'clock. Let's go get something to eat. He says, no. I'm not retiring for the night. I'm retiring for what's left of my life. And he puts his hat on, walks out the door, and I'm left with an act where I ask questions, but I don't get any answers. That's 11 years ago. Now, suddenly he comes crawling back. Maybe he needs the money. The hell with him. I'm a single now.
Well, with all due respect, Uncle Willie, you weren't getting that much work anymore. I mean, maybe he got tired of doing the same thing for 43 years. I mean, a man has the right to retire when he wants to, doesn't he?
Not him. Remember, when he retired himself, he retired me. God damn it, I wasn't ready to retire. Yeah, now he comes crawling back. I bet all those high-class people that he's worked, the stock market went broke, never got spit at once.
You know his wife died 2 years ago? He's living with his daughter now, somewhere in New Jersey. I mean, he doesn't do anything anymore. He's got bad arthritis, he's got asthma, he's got poor blood circulation.
I'll send him a pump. He'll outlive you, believe me.
He wants very much to do the show, Willie.
With arthritis, instead of the cane, instead of the finger, I get poked with the cane.
CBS wants you to do the doctor sketch. I spoke to Lewis last night. He said he can get on stage and do that sketch letter perfect. He doesn't even have to rehearse.
I don't want to discuss it. In the second place, I would not even think of doing it without rehearsing.
All right. Then will you just agree to this? Just rehearse with him. Just for one night. If it doesn't work out, we'll call it off.
I don't trust him. He's planning it, setting me up. 11 years, we'll rehearse all week, just so he can walk out on me again.
Let me call him on the phone. Let me set up a rehearsal time for Monday.
Wait a minute. I'm thinking about it.
We don't have that much time. CBS is waiting here.
What's the rush? Are they going out of business?
I'm dialing him, Uncle Willie.
64. I get 6,000, he gets 4,000. What's he gonna buy in New Jersey anyway?
I can't do that, Uncle Willie. God, I hope this works out.
Hey, tell him I'm against it. I wanted to know. I'll do the show, but with and against it.
It's ringing.
Yeah, you know what he's doing? He's probably practicing spitting.
Mr. Lewis, Ben Silverman here. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. I'm here with him now.
Willie Clark, the one you left 11 years ago on the Ed Sullivan Show. Ask him if he remembers.
It's okay, Mr. Lewis. Uncle Willie said yes.
With and against it. Tell him.
No, he's very anxious to do it.
Who's anxious to do it? I'm against it, you lousy nephew.
It's okay, Mr. Lewis. I'd like to set up a rehearsal time for Monday. In the morning? No, that'd be swell.
Hey, I'm not going there. He's got to come here. Understand?
How long does the drive take? About 2 hours? Great. When could we do this? Oh, great. 11 o'clock would be great. Can you give me your address so I can send up the contracts?
And don't forget the against it. Remember, that's a part of the against it.
117.
And tell him I don't want any toy typewriters tinkling in the toilet. Tell him.
Jersey.
You tell him.